You got another 30 seconds. Again, the main thing is trying to get an equation set up. Oh, do we have any birthdays from August or no? All right, so again, just really quickly on retakes. The red one is due Friday. Come Monday, that one's gone. Won't come to me Monday. If you have a 40 or below on the first attempt at that red, between this line segment addition, whatever it's called, focus, it would have. If you have a 40 or below, you have to do tutoring. So from now on, you have to do tutoring for anything that you didn't pass. I'm just going to let people like I did on the first one come in and retake, because way too many people came in and actually did worse on the retake because they didn't do anything. So that's just a waste of everybody's time. So you owe me tutoring. If you got a 40 or below, don't come in if you haven't tutored. I'm not going to let you take it. The best I might do if you come in and you haven't tutored is I'll ask you some questions, which if you haven't tutored, you won't be able to answer, and then you won't be able to retake it. But normally I won't even do that. It's good enough. If you have a tutor, you can take it.
So
You need to study for a retake.
ratios or function estimation.
Well, hold on. Let me say one more thing real quick before we begin. Tutoring means you go to G2 and you get them to sign off that they did something with you. Tutoring doesn't mean you went home and studied. It's not tutoring. That's you studied. That's what you should have done on your own before. So make sure you have something signed off from somebody in G2, unless you've done it with me. I did a tutoring on that one 2 days ago, maybe at lunch. Yeah, maybe yesterday at lunch. I will also do a tutoring on the green one, probably a couple of tutorings on that one. There was a lot on that one. So that would count as well if you showed up for those. But very few people showed up for the one I just did yesterday or today. See anything like retakes. So again, if you haven't tutored yet and you need to tutor, then your only option at this point is, well, I guess you could tutor after school today. Well, it's more likely you'd have to tutor tomorrow at lunch and then come in and take it after school. Yeah, tutor again. Then you need to, because you're out of time basically. All right, so with that in mind, this is just a quick review of what's in green. For those of you that are going to do that, I'll do a longer tutoring, like I said, probably one at lunch and probably one after school for that. There's a lot on that one. But we said, when we have a problem that says the weight of this point or this point is weighted or weight is the key. Then we do the weighted average method. We put the weight on the point, we put the weight on the point, we circle, we do all of that. If we do not have that, there's no word weight or weighs or weigh or any of that. Like this. There's no word in here that says weight or weight. Oh, some people were flipping them around when the problem said weight. You don't flip it around. That they're giving you the weight. You use that as the weight. Weights and ratios are opposites, we said. So this is the opposite of weights. You see the word ratio or partition. Unless somehow it says weights. If you don't see the word weights, this is the opposite. So if it's the opposite, we said we can still do it the weighted average method, but we have to make one adjustment. What's that adjustment? We just flip the ratio. So instead of the left number being the left weight, the left number is the right weight. And there are some exceptions. They could give you a trickier problem. So again, a lot of times what I give you is not 100% of the time going to work, but it'll work for what I give you on quizzes. And it'll probably work most of the time on even the district and state stuff. So the left ratio number is the right weight. The right ratio number is the left weight. Now it's just a weighted average problem. Now we fixed it to where we can do it the same way we would do one with weights. What do we do first? Circle, and that tells us what math. Multiply, so 4 times 5, 3 times 29. We get those two numbers. Next, what do? Yeah, we got to add those into one number. So we add those. Here's your hint. What do we do after that? by what?
7.
We divide by the weights added together. A lot of people just divided by 2 on every problem on that original quiz. You divide by 2 when it's the midpoint. Because if it's the midpoint, the left weight would be 1 and the right weight would be 1. Kind of the definition of midpoint, neither one is heavier, they're the same. So if you add 1 and 1, it's 2. If it's not the midpoint, though, you have to add the weights. Which now we would have 107 divided by 7. That is the 100% correct answer. What a lot of you are going to do is you're going to change it to a decimal and round it off. Technically, that's wrong. Because this number will be in the exact correct spot that it needs to be to create that ratio. If we change it to some other number, even if it's really close, but we change it to a decimal and then round that decimal off, we've changed the number. So technically, it's not a right answer. I'm not going to mark it wrong on my quiz, but just know on the district, you'll probably see this number as a fraction. So just know that fraction is the correct thing. So if you divided it out, you could still probably figure it out if it's multiple choice, but that is the correct number. A lot of people were saying 15.3 earlier, and I just want to make sure you understand. Technically, that's the correct answer, the only correct answer. I'd be fine with 15.3 for my quizzes, but the district probably will not, unless they tell you round to a certain spot. So anyway, that's a super fast review. I'll do more next week, probably on that, like an actual tutoring, maybe even probably 2 tutorings on that. We are going to go. So here's what you need. I would suggest you all have this, really, as long as, because we're going to do it in groups so that we can kind of help each other, because definitely don't have it down. Some people, I may put you guys in other groups. Actually, yeah, you 2 can be a group with the last 2 people. We'll just to have more room, we'll make you guys group 6. So Casman, Michelle, Cheyenne, Omar, you're going to be group 6. You guys will be group 5, group 4, 3, and 1. That question. Okay, so go for now. Just go ahead, go to your groups. I'm going to get some paper towels out and stuff so you can kind of clean your board. If it's not, some people wipe it clean at the end, some didn't. The erasers work okay, but you want to really make sure you start with a clean slate. So again, so Cheyenne and Omar, we're going to come over here to group 6. And then if somebody wants to clean that off, the orange. Oh, there we go. So group 2, you go to the middle. Group 3, you go to the end there. And we're going to all kind of do the first one together. So you don't really need to know what we're doing yet. So don't worry about what we're doing yet. Go ahead. I know you're standing board. Stand board. You do not need, when we do this, you do not need to draw the pictures out. There's that if anybody wants to type. Yeah, I just bring up stuff from scratch. All right. Good now. You got that one going. You guys need to do that one back there. Oh, actually, we're not going to do group 1. So I don't know who's in what. Somebody, if you're in group 3, come all the way up here. Just, group 3, right? You're in group 3 or group 3? You're 3? Yep. So you're in group 2. Well, then you need to come up here so they can be in group 2. Oh, we're not going to be sitting. Everybody stand up. We're going to be standing up. No sitting. All right. And again, I'll tell you in a second what we're doing. All right. So we did this yesterday. This is also your exit ticket tomorrow. Stand up. Stand up. Everybody stand up. All right. What shape is this? Rectangular prism, both, right? So it is a rectangular prism. So step 1. And that's the problem we're going to do is this shape. I'll tell you which one in a second. on your reference sheet. I don't have one. On your reference sheet, find the section in the formulas that says prism. It also says cylinder, like a prism slash cylinder. So find that first. Again, everybody's going to have to do this tomorrow, so you may want to at least follow along instead of just letting somebody in your group do it all. That's why I don't like group work, because we tend to just sit there and not do anything. Oh, I have a paper. I told you before in some classes, I think I said this, there are paper versions of this. If you want to have your own, take notes on it, do whatever you need to help you. You can't use it during a quiz, but it might help you during practice to have a paper one that you can take notes right on that. So those are like, you just take one if you want. I'm not going to pass them out. So again, on that section, everybody should have located prism slash cylinder. I want you to write those two formulas. The formula for surface area, so SA equals blah, blah, blah. And then right below that, volume, V equals blah, blah, blah. So on the board, here, somebody write it. Somebody step up and write. SA equals, and then the rest of the formula. And then right below that one's V equals. Get that done. We'll move to the next step. And again, make sure you are following along if you're one of those people that likes to sit in the background, because you have to do this tomorrow. And it's not super, super difficult. It's good over there, and we're good there. All right, so next, in those formulas, so now look back up here, there's two things we have to calculate out. We're not just pulling, I told you this, they will not give you everything you need in the end. You will have to calculate out at least one thing, probably two things. And the most common two things, what we're going to be doing, capital B, capital P. So underneath what you wrote there, write capital B equals, and then leave it blank. And then underneath that, capital P equals, and then leave it blank. And I've already solved it out. It's up there, but we already did it. Perfect. I can barely see your B. That works. All right, so now let's talk about what those are. What is the capital B in these formulas? You have it up there, but what is the capital B? So on your reference sheets, again, learn how to use the reference sheet. It is the area of the base, right? So if you didn't know that, it's on your sheet. You don't have to memorize what it stands for, but you got to know it's on your sheet and to look for it. It's somewhere up here, like in the little legend or guide or whatever. It says capital B equals area of base. Then it says P is what? So it doesn't say on the sheet though, right? I don't know if you're looking up here, you remember it. You have to remember this part. The P, the capital P, it's not the perimeter of the whole shape. Like some kids were thinking for capital P, we had up every side of the whole shape. We don't do anything with the whole shape ever, really. We will solve for the whole shape in the top two formulas. But we need to solve for other stuff one side at a time. And typically it's the base side that we're going to really be solving for. So again, the P, capital P is perimeter, but it's the perimeter of one side of the base. Don't try to use any other parts. A lot of kids keep trying to use the height in the perimeter. The base is typically the bottom side of the shape, and I'll talk more about that later. So now, with that in mind, what is the definition of, or what is the formula for area of, and what shape do we have in our base? What shape is that? Yeah, rectangle, right? So you're going to be doing this same shape. I'll tell you what shape in a second, which number. So if the base is going to be an area, what's the formula for the area of a base? I'm sorry, the area of a rectangle. Did I just say base there? The base is a rectangle. I don't know what I did. The base is a rectangle, right? No matter which side I pick, they're all rectangles, so it's got to be a rectangle. So I need to know the formula for the area of a rectangle. That's what the base is going to be. So what is the formula for the area of a rectangle? Did this yesterday. Actually, we did it in the last lesson too. Somebody's saying it. Length times width. Base times height can get confusing because we have heights in other places. So try to stick with length times width. So we're going to do the area of the base. And again, I'll tell you this. Hopefully somebody has the worksheet. Look at number 6. I want you to try to figure out which side of that image is the base. And then try to figure out what is the length and the width and find the area. And again, don't one person just do it. Everybody needs to know how to do this tomorrow. So you have, oh, you got it? Oh, I didn't know if you couldn't find it. But again, try to now solve. So we're solving for the capital B. What is the area of the base? Length times width for the base of that image. And you all need to know how to do it. So make sure you're looking at, if you're just sitting back and watching, at least look at your worksheet and see where they're getting those numbers from.
Give a different.
Maybe just because people don't like black. So length times width is the formula. You just got to figure out which side is the base and what numbers are the length and the width.
I'll see if I can find a picture of this. Actually, yeah, I do have this. Yeah.
No, I didn't. That's 27.
You're struggling. I'm about to show. It looks like we're struggling here. All right, so everybody, well, not everybody, you have it because a couple groups have it, but it's, I got 4 groups that are lost.
The whole thing is just about small.
Well, that always, yeah, that is the measure of a line. Absolutely, yeah. And then the 4 is the measure of a line, and then the 1 is the measure of a line.
Yes, sir.
Always. Good question, though. All right, so everybody look at me. Well, the people that are not sure what they're doing, look at me. So it looks like group 2, you look like you're good. If this is the figure, which part of that is the base? We've got a lot of dashed lines and solid lines. So the bottom, which is could still be tough to see, but it's this here and this here. And then the dashed lines in the back make up the bottom. That's the base of this. It's not always the bottom though, because if I set this like this, the base is not the curved part. The base is still the 2 sides that are opposite sides that are the same shape. But we'll get to that later. So just understand that the bases have to be opposite sides that are the exact same shape, which this qualifies. The bottom is the same as the top, so we can say that's a base. Technically, with a box, we can really say any sides are the base because every side has an opposite side. So if that's if the bottom is the 4 and the 7, what's the formula we said for the area of a base? Length, that's my length and my width right there. So those of you that weren't sure about it, you have another one you're going to try on your own, but remember, you got to figure out what the base is, and then you got to use your 2 sides that are the length and the width and just multiply them together, and I think we're, okay, so just write 28 down there, you just haven't done math. So again, 7 times 4 is the area of that base. All right. So now for we're going to move to the capital P now. So what's the definition of perimeter? So we add the sides of the base, only of the base. So not all of these up here, only these 4 sides, in this case 4 because it's the rectangle. You only add the sides of the base of the figure, one base. So I know one side is 7 and one side's 4. What are the other sides? That's only 2 sides. I got the base says same, right? It's rectangle. So that's 7 and 4. Those are also 7 and 4. So now find the perimeter. Everybody try to find the perimeter. Yep, that looks good there. Group 6. So again, if you can't see, I think some people are on your way. I'll get them. Yeah, Samuel, if you can kind of move so if they need to look up, they can see. Well, write the 28 where the capital B is. Don't start throwing more variables there. Capital B means the area of the base. So if you guys aren't sure, I just showed you what the numbers are up there. There we go. Perfect. Good, that's good. Can't see. That's bad. Are you using the other formula for it? All right, that's fine. Yeah, if you want to use that formula, that's fine. So what are the sides of that face? Four, because it's 4, right? It's a rectangle with 4 sides. Numbers. Not 1, because 1 goes up. 1 would be this. That's not part of the base. But there's 4 sides. So what are the 4 sides? All right, so capital P. You should also, so where capital P is, go ahead and write it in if you didn't. The capital P, which is the perimeter of the base, of one base. Some kids were taking both bases and adding them together. We don't do that. It's the perimeter of one base. You all have the perimeter now. Now you just plug stuff into a formula. If you look at your surface area formula, it uses the capital B and the capital P. And then you pull the H from the figure. That's just one number in the figure. The volume formula uses the capital B number and the H, which again, you're just pulling from the figure. So try to find the surface area and the volume. So now everybody try to, and this is the part where you need to be watching. If you're just sitting back, make sure you're trying to figure out and follow what they're doing. So I'm gonna, next time you do this, I don't want one person doing everything. I need to see one person with a marker, one person with a calculator, one person with a reference sheet, one person with a worksheet. If a lot of you are sitting back not doing anything. That formula looks correct, so let's plug it in. Somebody plug that into a calculator. Right, go ahead and just write it up. So I want you to write this up on the board so I can see if you're putting the right numbers in the right spots. Yeah. So volume looks correct over there in group 6. Yeah, this one. You got your volume and surface area. Yeah, she's missing.
Yes, my dog.
She was here the other day. One
One
day.
day.
And I was like,
Yeah.
that's been a while since I've seen it.
And I,
Are they
so I did put a birth certificate on the email mom.
Assuming mom knows. That looked good for surface area in group 2. So through the base, if you haven't already, I don't see it yet. Oh, my face. Well, I actually glad you don't. I can't see if I put them on far away. I can only see up close. Let me look at the system.
Okay.
So I get, is that like clearly show me your, I'm assuming the bottom is SA and then there's one right above that, the volume?
Yeah. Yeah, because the height's only one day.
So right, I want you to write this at this point. just write it right above, maybe somewhere on there, like right above that SAE code, and then start plugging it, use that formula. Got what that is, got what that is. That's a number, all you can do is find out what it is. What do I want? What do I want? That's why we solved the main one, so we can plug it in. And I think you're good.
Yeah. Yes, I.
Well, again, that's the only way we can do it. You're just in formula, and you're just plugging away. So I want you to write this.
Is this your perimeter?
Again, you're confusing. There's two ways to do it. So if you want to do that tomorrow, that's fine. But not everybody's probably going to understand as well formulas, and you're going to be doing formulas all year long. That's it. Now look at where that formula is, right up above. First thing in formula. Right, two. What does 2b mean? 2 and then b means times, so times. What's b? There we go. Plus times. Now you gotta look up and find the x. Now look up the height and this x. There. Now let's do that separately. So you can do it the way you were talking about, but that takes a little bit of like intuition and conceptual understanding. Formulas, that is that you can plug into any formula, no matter how complex it gets. So that's good there. You guys are rapid. So I want you guys now, this group, but again, I want everybody involved. Somebody get a calculator, somebody use rubber sheets, somebody worksheet. This group is good. Do on your, by on your own, I mean as a, like not me helping. Yeah. But still group. I don't even care if you cross over a little bit and help each other. Number 11. Same image, same rectangle.
Erase it just so you got something to go back and look at it.
And 78 perfect. So yeah, so like Ms. Thompson said, you want to keep that to kind of help you. Now go to 11. Same kind of shape. You got to figure out what the base is, what the sides of the base are, which one is the height.
Why not? You just standing in the back.
There you go. Make him do it. Lucas, please on it.
Come on, Lucas.
All right, so that looks
Let's go.
good. Oh, volume is there. Perfect. So now, and again, I don't even care if like this told them groups work, you can cross group. That's
Okay.
yeah, you all want to do this one. But the key is you individually have to do it. On the list. Make sure you're not completely sitting back and doing nothing. Number 11. Same shape.
And like he said, it's the same shape, just different numbers.
Just come back. Yeah, same process, by the way. Keep the formula up. Good, you did it. Perfect. Yeah, just keep all that up, and then now just start over with plugging in the stuff you needed to plug in.
Actually, the prison cylinder.
Over the right. Right, keep going. You're getting warmer, getting warmer. Oh man, you got super hot. There you go.
Are they doing the same thing?
Yeah, every class.
You only teach geometry.
Do
Yeah.
this year. That's the first time that's ever happened, but this year.
I've texted before.
Yeah, a whole bunch of different classes. I did algebra 1A all the way up through college algebra, like bunch of
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
And then you're.
Check your perimeter number again. Base looks good.
Take a look. What did we do here?
I don't remember what it was, but I don't recognize that.
22.
Again, that. What is your? We'll write your
Okay.
Yeah, if you work that.
Right.
So yeah, that number looks good.
Plus 6.
Oh, again, you gotta think about which numbers goes to show. Just a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
What is that? I'm gonna do 11 times 5.
All
Then
the,
check, right?
all the things, all the sides are just, or all the, yeah, all the sides are 25.
Your height is 5. So we're at.
It's 11 plus 11
It
plus.
doesn't matter.
Plus 3. Good. So now you got, now you're good. Now you just plug stuff in and formula. That looks good. That looks good. Now you're just plugging in the formula. You guys have it there. That space, everything's looks good over there. So you're working on perimeter, it looks like.
Oh, we're working on this one. Okay.
Yeah, you're on 11 over there.
Back. 11 plus 7.
Oh, you can get
And then we're gonna take 5 times.
Well, it is right now. It's about to be an individual effort, so I hope you got it down. We're about to find out. I didn't know that much. I'll be sitting back there with Lucas. With all that shit in place. Those look good. Is that what you guys got? The numbers? Good. I just said, you gotta do that. You get the same numbers?
That'd be four. And match the big second. What? Oh, yeah. This, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is that all they said? Oh, okay, so it's gonna be, I'm sorry.
Alright, so you guys can go back to your seats. You guys can go back to your seats. You guys can all go back to your seats. Your numbers look good.
Mr. You want us to clean it up?
Your last class, so. But here's what I do want you to do. I've told you to go back to your seats. Now you're on your own. Oh, yeah. I'll put this desk here. So, on your own, I want you to solve number 12. Exact same process. You can, I mean, you might want to use it during solving 12. Yeah. If you erase it, you may want to use somebody else's to help you through 12. They're all up, so. So number 12 on your, this is your exit ticket tomorrow. So you can do number 12 right now, you're good. I mean, it'll be a different, it'll still be the same shape, different numbers obviously, but same process, exact same process. So number 12 individually, try to do it. Again, use what's up on the board.
Okay.
Me too.
Blank time, it gets us. Made up, Michael.
Yeah, I don't care. Well, try to do it on your own. So
That
again,
is this thing.
well, no, again, you try because helping is not going to do it. So here's what I'm telling you what to do. Yeah, that's it, right? So this is in order. You do these. So again, if you want to have the numbers, but you do that or first. So you won't have this with you. So practice this also on your own tonight. So write all that down. I mean, you'll have the form. Actually, you will have all that. You'll have all that in reference. Right. First of all, write all that down. Okay. Then I want you to try to figure out how to get the area of the base. You said a rectangle is length times width. That's the area of the base. So try to do it. If you need help, I'll come help you, but I don't want him helping you too much. You're going to have to duplicate this tomorrow with no notes. Yeah, remember, no notes tomorrow. So don't try not to rely on your notes. Only look back at them when you get really, really stuck. It's okay to get it wrong and then go back and.
But they're able to use the reference sheet.
Yeah, they always have a.
Gotcha.
Okay, so right here, you're at the point of down.
Oh, No.
That, you get that on the reference sheet, you get that. You will, you need to know that, okay, I have to solve for those two things. That's why you're writing E equals and P equals. And I'll come work with you after that. We have these two. I keep forgetting about them, but mainly because there's just not a ton of time. But you want one of those? I mean, there's rarely time to actually look through it, so they give them to us like to help you guys, but I don't know what they think you're gonna be able to do in 45 minutes.
These numbers are supposed to be really big, right?
Yeah, the number 12 is really big number. So yeah, I know that one's correct. I'm pretty sure that one. I don't remember exactly what they are, but I know those two. So yeah, what is the shape? What the shape is on the bottom? That shape is on. Right. So capital B, area of X. So if they're going to be putting somebody up, backwards, off, but again, we don't get that on VOC. Responsible. So area of the base, when it's a rectangle, don't be for rectangles, is just the length times the width. So that's what we did when we said 7 times 4 up there. I forget what the numbers were in there.
Yeah, I just needed a race one.
So what are the two numbers you use?
All right, what'd you go?
You got both lines, 32 times what?
That was very
So do that, do that.
Yeah.
And then that would be the answer to that two part. Like, no. If I give you papers, other than when we do the district module assessment, that probably will be a class set.
Word up.
I'll know the final answer. I don't. Oh yeah, it's one of the numbers is like 20,000. Oh, I think it's forever. Oh, you multiply again. Oh.
That's one.
Is that your base number is good? Yeah. So the base is the length times the width of the bottom. So remember, when we do perimeter, we're doing perimeter of the same shape. Or all of that.
Yeah, it doesn't look very good.
So what does that mean?
Yeah. I mean, is it any less true today?
Yeah, it's the outside of that. But now it's big. What's that? Most of the time, what is the outside? Then what else? That you have. The other one. They do look at it, right? So the parameters should be. Make a note for yourself though, and you'll forget that. But yeah, you add. I mean, there is a way to do it. Just add all four of them. I'll come to you next turn. Well, after multiply. Which one? Oh, actually, how did you get that? I think that's 1,024. Is it like this times? Oh no, not times the same. So it's length times width. So you would not really ever use the same number because that would be length and length. You did length times length. Like, a lot of kids are just doing it.
So that everybody, they got those big numbers. You all got big numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, God, we didn't even get to the next thing.
From submitter, so.
Well, except for the fact that it's still on the quiz.
There's on each
I
side.
don't take stuff off the quiz if we don't get to it.
So those are.
Yes, so you do have numbers wrong.
Yeah, that's definitely a half a base.
So you add
Oh,
32 together.
it's two.
And then you do it again.
Yeah,
Like the nice thing, that is.
I don't know where the three came from.
Yeah, you wrote 32.
Each add on the sides of the square together.
Oh, that's right, yes. I'll come to you. I have to tell you. Perfect.
I think first of all, wait. Yeah, that's gonna be about.
That's right, for sure. So do you have the other one, or you still have to think of the other one? All right, do the other one. Yeah, that's good.
The whole class doesn't have to take this. You don't want to read that.
It's wrong. That's right.
So like to rank up, you have to take rank up, you have to this kind of dog.
That seems like a weird thing to have a answer.
Are you still doing the other
It's
one?
not really a test.
That's correct for that logic.
It's just like if you know what you're talking about.
I haven't guessed.
Oh, so you just have to be able to do all those things.
So those are the two that we don't have tons of time. Probably made at least set up. You know, try that. But you can play that for us. 104 times.
Yes.
Well, let me, I'm gonna write.
Like.
I want you to try, so that means time.
Zeno.
Here's my question. What do we replace that H with?
Your base. Zebra.
This picture, that's just a number in the picture. That's the height of that.
Are you waiting on him?
Right, because the base would be the bottom, and then 32 is going.
Yes, early.
And then we do that, and that would be for the surface area.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
And then the volume, you would have to say that base number, which is 640, that's capital B, right? Times what for volume? Wait. Let me answer her and I'll come back.
Side of the ball. You had
Yes, perfect. Fantastic. So hey, make sure you practice, because you're gonna forget it. You may have it right now, but when you go to sleep tonight, and you think about other stuff, and you think about whatever you're thinking about, and you wake up and you haven't thought about this for not 24 hours, but for a while,
What if
you'll be like, crap, I don't remember it.
what if I,
Practice tonight. You know, hang on there.
what if I dream about the
I do dream about the album. Actually. I would actually do multiply that. I wouldn't dream about your life is. The big number is like 20. And that would be one of the answers.
Well, it seems like your whole life.
It would be a dream to do that.
I would do that for you.
We're not this guy.
Pick up your calculators that are on the floor.
Yeah, your calc.
Please, and then put your calculator.
Bro, calc is short for
Thank you.
Did you need me, Jeff? Yeah.
You know that, right?
I think.
This,
Okay.
you have this discussion
You just.
before this class, and you need to go over that.
Oh, we don't multiply it.
Okay.
So remember, as you add all four sides. So it'd be towards the bottom, 20 plus 20 plus 32 plus 32. Somebody else is multiplying that too. Just remember, perimeter addition. Just stick with that. There's a formula where you do multiply, but just stick with adding all the sides.
Perimeter plus is addition,
Oh, that's yours.
okay? That's
So what do we do for volume?
Plus.
640 times what?
Which is addition, okay? That kind of helps find
Yeah,
that.
so this is the 640, the capital B, right? What is that? You already used it once. Just use it again and put the one. Other than that. Yeah, that's not height, right? So just think about it. We have a rectangle sitting here. Like, there's a rectangle, right? So that's the base. The height is the side going up. Just that length going up is the height. But a height is not a side. Height is one line, basically. So you would just say 640 times the 32, and that would be the answer for volume. So try to practice this so that you can do well on the X tickets. The X ticket's gonna be just that same shape. Same thing again tomorrow. I didn't really get to point out.
See you later.
Oh, now you think, I don't know. I think we just have meetings.